Finally, an in-season trophy game for the Wisconsin Badgers. Based on the original schedule, this would have been trophy game number 3, right? Following the Freedom Trophy, the Battle for Paul Bunyan's Axe, and the HOTLINE Trophy. But that was on the line, the HOTLINE Trophy. Saturday afternoon, as the Badgers made the bus ride down to Iowa City to take on the Hawkeyes. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game at Kinnick Stadium. We'll also visit with Badgers offensive lineman Jon Dietzen. Yes, he came out of retirement, if you will. Didn't play last year, but back in the lineup this season. And we'll hear from head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
And the snap is clean. And the pressure is light to moderate. Kick is away. It is on a bounce taken by Jones, and he fumbled the football, and Adam Bay, the long snapper, is there to pounce. Mason Stockey will motion to the right from the Iowa 22-yard line, where it's 2nd down and 7. Hurts drops to throw, looking, fires right seam, and that's caught inside the 5. Jack Dunn lunging to the goal line, and is stopped at the 1. 1st and goal from the 1. Here's the handoff to Watson, off the left side, touchdown Wisconsin. The Badgers capitalize on the Iowa fumble, and the Badgers are on the board with 5:42 left in the 3rd quarter.
Biggest thing is to never lose confidence, and right now we just got to watch the film, and we got to figure out how we got to clean it up and how we got to attack it from here on out. And I think, especially in this game, the second you lose confidence is when everything just goes downhill. And I'm putting that on my plate to make sure everybody comes in this next week with the most confidence they can.
5 to shoot. Price off the wing. Hanging, feet spotted. Down the lane. Slam dunk. Counted. And a foul.
Badgers move from the field house to the Final 4.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor.
Oh! Play spot open. Caught.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Kai Sargent is the tailback. And Petrus will give it to Sargent again, probing the left side. Hit behind the line of scrimmage and pulled down by the outside linebacker, Nick Herbig. That'll be a loss of a couple, and it's 3rd down and 7 for Iowa. Smith-Marset will motion to the left. Here's the jet sweep to the left. Marset is taken down by Eric Burrell, the free safety. Hitting Amir Smith-Marset behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a couple to the 20 of Wisconsin, where the Hawkeyes have a 3rd and 12. Double wide to the right. Shotgun snap and a backwards pass. Tyler Goodson, and he gets smacked by Scott Nelson behind the line of scrimmage. He tried to swing it out, a backwards pass. It'll go down in the stat column as a rush and a big tackle for loss for the Badgers safety. Nico Reganey, receiver in motion left to right on 3rd down and 7, we'll call it. Petrus the throw. Under some pressure, and down he goes. Isaiah Loudermilk gets to the quarterback near the 25-yard line. Good work by the senior defensive lineman out of Howard, Kansas.
There's a number of guys that put it all out there for this team, and I think as a coach you're always appreciative of that. And then there's every time you compete, every time you play, there's lessons to be learned, and we gotta find a way to get better, and certainly individually, as groups, and as a team to try to finish this thing out the right way.
Obviously, I think we're frustrated with just the result of everything, but kind of just trying to stay positive, trying to continue to go out there and just put your best foot forward, trying to make plays. I think is the main thing. If you can make plays and give yourself a chance to win, I think that's the biggest thing. So trying to focus on your job, focus on executing your job, and trusting the scheme for us, trusting the scheme and trying to make plays.
We just got to keep working as a team. This game's fun to play. The weeks are fun, being around the guys. So, I'd say just, we just got to focus on the details and just make sure, we're having fun with it every day. And come game time, we just got to play as hard as we can.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Redline hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free online delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa. One of the things we like to do this season is just focus on various position groups, and this week we'll take a look at the Badgers' offensive line. Clearly the reputation through the years, the earned reputation, has just been so good, and there are linemen who are really good once again this season. Well, ask you about a couple of the older guys. We were going to hear from Jon Dietzen. I know we talked about him. And Cole Van Lanen, he was one of those guys that, he desperately, all your guys did, but he desperately wanted to have a season when it looked like there wasn't going to be one. There was some question. Just give us your perspective on what a guy like Cole has meant, continues to mean, but what he has meant to this program.
Yeah, it's you're right in so many things about Cole, and this, he knew going in this was going to be his last opportunity, and I think for good reasons. And I think as a guy that has a chance to continue to play on, and yet wanted and felt like he needed to have some more opportunity to grow and improve, and it's been fun to just be part of his. From recruitment to where he's at now, and you look back, a guy that's played a lot of games, and I've just appreciated the way that he's grown as an individual and certainly as a player, now to be playing, I think at a really good level. And and he and John, like you said, the kind of our older players in that group. But that position, there is. Coach Settle talks about it in the running backs room, and I think the same can be said in the O-line room. The standard is the standard. And they've been fortunate because they've been around other players that are good players, and to see how they work and see how they go approach the day in and day out. And I think Joe Rudolph does a great job in coaching them and demanding a lot from them. And, Logan Bruss, I've loved, he's playing inside, has played some tackle, not much different than Dietz. Dietz has played guard, Dietz has played tackle. And Tyler Beach is, I think, really coming into his own, and, certainly came into this season, had a number of snaps and starts, but really, I think, feeling comfortable with it. And, we were, appreciative of what Caden Lyles was bringing, and sad to see him, unfortunate to see him get injured. But I thought Tanner Bortolini came in and really for his first snaps and what he did, it was that was impressive. And we feel like we got some good young guys that are working and coming along. And Jack Nelson and Logan Brown are two really talented players, and we like our freshman class. There's a group of guys. Josh Seltzner's played in games and brought a lot. So there's good depth in the room that they work extremely hard, and they're a close group.
With Logan, I mean, last year he really couldn't do a lot. He was recovering from an injury anyway, so technically he's a redshirt freshman. But in some ways, he's a true freshman, right? Going through all of this, the day in, day out, repping in practice. He didn't get that chance last year.
No, you're exactly right. And the same could be said for, he is truly part of that group. Joe Tippmann, had a little bit of an edge on him. Tip and Logan came in at the same time, but Tip was able to do more and had to cut his season short with a surgery, and we're excited about Tip. But Logan's learning how to practice and coming back, and now it's really good for the he and Jack, all the younger guys. How do you prepare for a game? And how, all right, this week it's this front, and this is their changeup, and these are their pressures. There's a whole another set of learning. When you first come in and it's training camp or it's spring ball, there's not a lot of newness to it necessarily, which is good, and it kind of helps you get your feet underneath you. But certainly in the season, it changes week to week, and that's been a great experience for all the guys, in particular our young ones.
With Dietzen, I've wondered with this disjointed season, I'm trying to think of a silver lining that maybe in some respects it keeps him reasonably fresh given everything he's gone through. But on the other hand, dummy announcers like me, we talk about rhythm and we think quarterbacks and other position groups, but there's got to be a rhythm to being on the offensive line too. So I guess it's a little give and take with everything that John and all your guys up front have had to deal with this season.
No doubt there is a give and take to it. And I think the rhythm part of any season is real. And, when you don't have the rhythm, the trade-off could be maybe you get a little bit more time to either prepare or to heal up. But the best part about the way that John really has kind of come in and approached it, certainly from the outside looking in, Adam, is that there wasn't going to be one thing that was going to drive him to not enjoy this thing. It could have been playing, whatever number of games it was, and maybe on a short week. I think what he went through, and really in many ways, thinking that he had the game kind of taken away from him, and that wasn't easy. It was there's a guy that loves, and this is what I respect about him. I think he loves playing the game, and he truly appreciates his teammates. We just had, there was a moment where I saw Dietz helping Tanner Bortolini, and I'm like, there's a little bit of an age discrepancy, but you know what? He respects what Tanner is doing. He's going to try to help him out, just like others have helped him, and so Dietz didn't matter what the circumstances were going to be, he was going to maximize and enjoy it, and it still has been awesome for me to be able to watch him go through this year.
It just seems like your group, Paul, is the kind of group that embraces every chance to play. If it's 6 games, if it's 7, if it's 5, whatever. I mean, I would imagine a big part of the recruiting process. I remember Barry Alvarez talking about, I want guys who like football, which might sound a little strange, but I guess that means you have to really like the work, the process that goes into playing.
I think that's when you hear that statement, that's what you're talking about. And I think if you have to have that. And this is a perfect example of it. You know, we are fortunate to be able to play the game. And I would say this, in a year where we're playing, 14 games, and this year it's the same thing. And we knew going in it was going to be a different year, but I think that love of the game and it's not just playing the game on Saturdays. It's all that goes into it. And there's probably, I don't know for a fact, but disproportionate than any other sport, the amount of time that you spend practicing to play in those games there's a lot of practice and there's a lot of training before you get to those practices. And I think guys have to love and embrace that situation. And I think it's really real now because so many kids are getting offered early that maybe they're not having to make that choice. Do they want to play football? Football kind of chooses them. And I think that we try to really do a good job in recruiting of picking guys that still choose football.
All right, it's a great group up front, great group of guys, hardworking. They're out there grinding every day. Thought we'd send a little recognition to the Badgers offensive line. Stay with us. We have more to come as the Badgers Sports Report continues.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Well, you heard Paul Chryst talk about it for the offensive line room. It's a very similar line that you hear from the running backs room. The standard is the standard. There have been guys banged up. They've had to shuffle things, and they're grateful for every opportunity to play, and that includes Jon Dietzen, the Badgers left guard. I know, John, it's been pretty well documented, your story coming back this season after being out of the game last year. We'd love to hear from you, just in your own words, what it's meant to you to be back playing the game. I know it's an unusual year, but being back out there with your guys, playing a game you truly love, what's this all meant to you this season?
I've been extremely grateful just for the opportunity to be back out there with the guys. Football obviously has meant a lot to me, and this place has obviously meant a lot to me. So to get the chance to come back out and not only play football again, but truly enjoy myself out there and have a good time playing ball is, like I said, just grateful for that.
Is it a different kind of an outlook for you now because it was taken away from you for a year? I mean, with the injuries that you dealt with, do you view the game differently than maybe you would have a couple of years ago? Yeah, I'd say definitely.
A few years ago when I was kind of battling through stuff, there was a struggle just to get through practice sometimes. At this point, like I said, I'm out there having fun. Like, I'm looking forward to getting back out on the field every time, like not dreading inside run or something, so it feels good to really be out there and be enjoying myself. When your body was starting to cooperate again, was it an easy decision for you to return to the sport? I guess it was easy in the sense that I knew that's what I wanted to do. I didn't know necessarily if the steps for that to happen were going to be easy. But at that point, I kind of just decided that, if I want to take this chance, I only have one opportunity to do it. So I gotta, do whatever it takes to take those steps.
You've shown versatility. You've played left tackle, and I think during camp you were repping at right tackle, but you played a lot of left guard. Is that something you take pride in? I know Coach Rudy likes to move guys around just in case, learn different positions, but you take some pride in that, being able to play multiple positions?
Definitely. Rudy's always placed an importance on understanding the offensive line as a whole, not just, understanding what that guy does on that play. And he really stressed that throughout the this whole COVID thing while we were, just doing more talking ball stuff than actually playing. So he really stressed understanding, the offense as a whole. And I think me having been in a couple of positions really reinforced that in myself.
I'm trying to think of a silver lining to the stop and start nature of a season. And there's part of me that you wonder about the rhythm of just playing the game, but maybe it buys you time to, get your body right after a game and the preparation that goes into it. Is there anything to that? I'm sure you'd prefer to play 14 games, but has there been any positive that just allowing your body to recover after the pounding that goes into every week in the preparation and the game itself?
Yeah, I mean, getting a bye week every other week has been pretty good. But yeah, like you said, silver lining definitely would be the fact that we, not just for myself in general, everybody can kind of recover. We play physical ball, so you got to be able to recover.
Head coach was talking about there was a moment in the Indiana game where he noticed you were talking with Tanner Bortolini, who was thrown into the fire. I mean, you've been there that first game. In his case, he's a center. What kind of things do you tell him to help him along as he goes through all of this for the first time?
I think I specifically said to him, after that first snap, we're just playing ball, like practice and everything like that. Those kind of things almost become like second nature, like the things you have to do. And after that, it's kind of just the mental part of, giving it every single play. And I know I was kind of not necessarily in his shoes, but I was there as a redshirt freshman starting against LSU. And I was like, oh man, like, I don't know how this is going to go. And I just remembered, Dieter and Bo told me the same thing, just playing ball, like it's just go out there and have fun. That's all you can do is go out and give your best. So I kind of just hit him on that and, try to make sure he wasn't too jittery or anything.
To be in a rivalry game, final thought here, when you get to play a team like Iowa and what those games mean to you, regardless of, postseason ramifications or anything like that, just the chance to get out there and compete in these in-season trophy games.
The history behind all the trophy games is something that, means a lot to anybody who walks through these doors. And I think means something a little bit more special to the guys that grew up in Wisconsin. So for myself, looking at this Iowa game coming up, it's the only trophy game that we have as of now. So it's a huge opportunity, and it's something that's just, incredibly exciting to be truly a part of it.
So you're a Wisconsin guy, so being a Badger, it means a lot to everybody, but it probably means more to guys like you, right?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
We appreciate your time. Jon Dietzen, one of the mainstays in this Badgers offensive line. Great to see him back out there this season. Stay with us. We'll have more in a moment as the Badgers Sports Report continues.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
We thank Jon Dietzen and, of course, head coach Paul Chryst. Join us next week as we recap the Badgers as they take part in the first and maybe only edition of Champions Week in Big Ten football in this disjointed year of 2020. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Redline hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free online delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.